You cannot manage your monies. Don't start, you're going to be in trouble. I promise you, you're going to be in trouble. I'm not hiding it. Yeah, I am going to tell you the truth. Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so very much for stopping by today. By watching this video, you can determine if you're in a right space mentally, financially, and emotionally to start a hair business specifically in 2020. If you're interested in this video, please stay tuned. Let me know what you think in the comments bar below. Alright guys, so today we'll be discussing the 10 reasons why you should not be starting a hair company in 2020. Now let's start with the first reason. The US rate has gone sky high. It's currently at 150. Hold on, I'm going to give you the exact rate because I was thinking 151, but somebody and I were speaking and they were saying something about it being 153. 151. Alright, so the US rate, basically 151. So it's extremely expensive at the moment to purchase hair because, as you know, other companies are quoting you in US and our dollar has been sliding since forever, but it has come to a drastic fall. We're currently at 151. So the amount of monies that you would have had to purchase here before, like when it was 120 something, 118, like back in the day when I started, which was like 115, like it was nice sweet times in comparison to now, you can get a lot more product. No, you can't get as much product because your money cannot stretch as far as it could before. That's reason number one. Now, reason number two, the custom fees as it pertains to hair extensions, specifically in Jamaica, are very high. If you're in another country, it is delivered to your door. I think you can spend up to 5,000 or 10, just some crazy amount of monies, and your package is delivered to your door and there's nothing behind that. If you're in Jamaica, however, it has to go through customs and the fees they're high. Now, there are a number of fees that you have to pay, and I think a part of it is compounded, but let me give you some examples of some of the fees that are attached to human hair extensions. I don't know why. I guess because of the popularity of it, the government just keep adding on the fees, and it is affecting people like you and I who are trying to create our own revenue. Here are some of the fees. You have the CIF, which is the cost of the item, the freight cost, and then 1% of that, or 1.5, you're going by sea. You have 20% duty, you have a 0.3% standard compliance fee, you have environmental levy at 0.5%, you have standard duty, which is stamp duty, which is $100. You also have custom admin fee, which is for small packages $2.5, and of course it goes up based on what you're carrying. If it's a small package, a crate, a container, that depends on that. But essentially it comes up to about 46% or 48% of the cost of the item for it to be cleared and for it to be within your hand. Girl, you can start other businesses that does not carry this much fee, like 46 to 48% on your items. It's going to be a ridiculous amount of money. By the time you sit down and go, so now boom, all right, I'm going to put this percent on, this percent, I'm going to add this percent for profit. It is going to be, unfortunately, more than the consumer expect to pay, because you have to factor in all these costs. Your time means something as well, and the worst part of it is that you can bang something and then it come out and a crap. And yeah, you have to find a way to ensure that you refund the customer if you figure that it's your fault. That's a part of the hair business. You have to be able to take it on your chin to ensure that the customer is happy. But yeah girl, like when you use that 151, dollar, and custom fees are calculated for the US dollar for that day. So if the US dollar continue to skyrocket, like you're unsure as to what your product will essentially cost the client, and you may find that they figure it's going to be better for them not to purchase from you, especially if you're buying products that are a little bit more expensive, because the quality is guaranteed. So that is one of the reasons why it is not a good idea to start a hair business in 2020. The third reason why you should not start a hair business in 2020 is that you are not passionate about hair. You see other people doing it, you figure it's something easy to do, it's a quick way to get some money, and so you gather your funds together and you start a hair business, something that you have no natural passion for. Let me tell you, when that stress starts to fall on your shoulder, it can be detrimental to your investment. You will end up being so demotivated you want to run away. So if it is not something that you feel strongly about, passionate about, this is not the business for you. Your friend may be doing it, yes, but perhaps if you feel that you are better suited selling clothes, best you do the clothes. If you're better suited selling flowers, best you do the flowers. I know that we're all trying to open businesses, especially in this trying time, but if you're not passionate about it, I can tell you it will feel like work, and that's not a feeling you really want to get into. You can do that with a 9-to-5. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, do something that you love. The money will follow. Number 4, do not start a hair business if you do not have another stream of income. Now, the hair industry has been around for a little while. It is not as quick selling as it was before. So if you're going to put all your eggs in one basket, you might find that they're all going to be broken. So if you can ensure that you still have some form of other stream of income, do that before you do this completely. Test out the market, see how well you find your niche, and then based on that, then you can make a decision to do it only. But if you're going to start, have a backup plan. It's essential, especially in this COVID time. Some people aren't spending as they used to, so you want to ensure that you keep a plan B, just to ensure that you can meet your financial needs. Now, number 5 is extremely important, and I've noted these not based on their importance, I'm just naming them as I go along. But if you are not solving a problem in any business atmosphere at all, do not start. If you're not solving a problem within the hair industry, do not start. You're going to just be in the sea of many. And that is where people sometimes get a little bit demotivated, because they will say that the market is so saturated. The market is saturated if you are not solving a problem. Now, what type of problem could you be solving? Perhaps the hair on the market isn't that great, the quality is poor, perhaps there's not enough color on the market, perhaps there's not enough kinky curly. There are many problems that you can solve. Choose one and create a plan around it. Now, on to number 6. If you are poor at managing money, baby girl, do not start a hair business. You see, when you go so boom and make the first couple of sales and the money feel like it just a come in, so you are tempted to make stupid decisions. Do not buy that bag before the time. Don't do it. When you are making that money, you need to reinvest it into the business, because that's the way the money will grow. If you take that money, start spending foolishly, buying clothes and shoes and this and that, then you will not have the money to reinvest in the business, and it will break down. This is not for you to just go spending. You need to have a financial plan. Perhaps you need to go through some financial lessons. Sometimes people will look at you trying to save and they'll call you cheap and all these things, but stay focused, take your time and make your way there. Don't worry about what other people's perception of you is. That is not your concern. Stick to the plan. Ensure that you're saving a little and you're also reinvesting back into the business. This is not the time to floss. Not at all. A lot of people don't see the importance of this. But if you are not a people person, do not start a hair business in 2020. People like to feel that you acknowledge them when they're spending money with you, when they're doing business with you, that you respect their time, that you respect their concerns. If you cannot tolerate a complaint or two, this may not be the business for you. All right, you have to be able to handle these concerns just as you would handle the praises, and you have to do it equally elegantly. You cannot go off on customers, because a bad review goes faster than any good review, I promise you, because unfortunately people are drawn to negatives, and when they have a good thing going, they don't go onto the mountaintop and shout it. It's just sad, but it's the truth. But if something happened to them negatively, their friend is going to hear about it, their friend is going to tell a friend, and that friend tells a friend, and it goes on and on and on. If you are unable to properly conduct yourself well professionally and treat the customer as though they are quote unquote king, I know a lot of you don't like to hear that, but if you're not treating them as though they matter, as if they are just another of many, you're going to end up losing that customer. And let me tell you, there's nothing sweeter than repeat business. New business is good, but there's nothing better than repeat business or business based off referrals, because when someone tells you to go to this person because they're the best, they tend to trust their friend. So if their friend says something negative about you, let me tell you, it's not going to be to your benefit. In that case, you're going to need a backup. You're going to need somebody who is there to assist you with these concerns, these questions. Sometimes has absolutely nothing to do with the business. You have to be what is that word? You just have to find the best way to handle these situations without the customer feeling any form of way, and you never can tell. Sometimes they're actually testing you, so you have to be mindful of that. So if you're not equipped to meet these needs, then you're going to need someone to assist you with dealing with customer relationship. Number 9, do not start if you are a quitter. No, a lot of times we may be influenced by emotions, influenced by our friends, influenced by someone else's success, and we just want to start. No, do not start if you know that you are someone who always end up quitting, because what that will do to you, not necessarily about the business at this point, but if you're always quitting, it starts affecting your self-esteem. You will start feeling as though you will never get anything right. So if you feel as though you may not see the end of this journey, do not start, because there are a lot of challenges that comes along with any business, and especially the hair business, because you are offering a service that you have very little control over, because someone else is making this product for you. And sometimes when you get samples, they're awesome, and when you're ready to make a big purchase, it is just rubbish. So if you are a quitter, do not start, because there are a lot of issues associated with running a hair business. There are a lot of issues associated with running any form of business. So do not start if you know in the back of your head that this is something that you don't see yourself doing, long term. We're not talking about 10 years or so, but certainly do not start if within a year or 2 you're going to quit. You could have used your time in a better way. You could be using your money in a better way. You could be avoiding all these custom fees. You could do something that is easier. So do not start if you are a quitter. Alright, so the next one is that do not start if you are not ready to put in the work. There are a lot of work associated with running a hair business. There are a lot of research that is necessary. There's a lot of creativity that is necessary. So if you're not willing to put the work in, do not start, because you will be battering. Listen, it is quite competitive out here. People are going all the way out to make themselves marketable, to make their products seen. And if you're not willing to put in the work, if you're not willing to understand the different facets of the hair industry, then when someone comes to you with a question and you do not know how to answer, you look bad. and the person will not trust you for that. So if you're not willing to put in the work and the research, do not start. Finally, and one of the most important points in today's video is that you should not start a hair business if you do not have a plan. It's difficult for us sometimes to do plans because we get so emotional, we get excited, we want to jump onto this trend, that trend, and we're all over the place. We are left confused and just do not know where to go next. So it is important to have a plan. Now, to have a plan is you have to break that plan down weekly, monthly, every quarter, and you have to be able to go back and revisit this plan. Without this plan, you are just there going on and on without a goal in mind, and that is never something that is good. So you have to be able to sit down and make a plan that makes sense. Start small. Don't start with these big, enormous plans. Start with small plans, small goals, and when you meet those goals, it is easier for you to get a little bit more ambitious in what you're planning. But without a plan, you're almost sure to fail. Now, if you find today's video helpful in any way, if you're somebody who's starting a hair business, I'm sorry about that, guys, my battery died. So as I was saying, if I've mentioned all these 10 reasons why not to start a hair business in 2020 and you're still feeling as though you ought to start one, then congratulations. You've just went through your mind, you've just gone through all the reasons why you actually should start. And if you should start, then I'm more than happy to help in the next video, giving you tips as to how to make your hair business successful in 2020, regardless of the challenges. Now guys, if this is helpful, I'm asking you kindly to like, share, and subscribe to my videos. I'm hoping to do a video once a week. I tried committing to 2, but guys, I'm extremely busy. But I thought this may be helpful to those of you who are just in the dark and you're trying to find your way through. I'm hoping to give you all the tips you will need to start a successful hair business in 2020 and beyond. If you enjoy this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye guys.